Minasan konnichiwa, makaizaku desu. Welcome back to the channel. This video piggybacks off my most recent video where I addressed a few concerns about my channel up to this point and for the last 2 years that I've been living in Japan. It's just over 2 years. It's December 2025 at the time of filming this. And again, thank you so much for joining me on this journey so far. Speaking about my last video, I had a lot of messages come through about how my videos are inspiring you to chase your dreams of relocating to Japan. There's a lot of you out there that want to study in Japan, relocate, work here, and this video will address some of your direct questions that you've asked me and hopefully give you even more insight and a better idea to the path that you want to follow. This video will try not to be a generalization of what people do in general. It will largely come from my personal experience and what I've done and what I've experienced since before even coming to Japan, getting settled, and even until now. So what I offer is from my perspective, and hopefully it lands for you as well. But my path is not the only path. It's not what you should do necessarily. It's just what I have done. I'll try to offer some advice and a little bit of recommendation, but it is really going to be different for everybody, depending on, of course, your short and long-term goals. So with this video, I hope to iron out some questions that the community has asked me. So before I address any of your questions, let's just address the elephant in the room. Hi, Frank.
Hey.
So let's get right into it. So the first question we have is it possible for me to get a full-time job without language level here in Japan? Good question. So the short answer is no. And the long answer is yes. Let me explain. So personally for me, I still have a very low level of Japanese. Do I have a full-time job? Yes, I do. It's in the hospitality industry, and it's the first and only job I've had here in Fukuoka since I arrived. I work in a hotel, and mostly I work the night shift. I work overnights. And this has me interacting with Japanese-speaking guests somewhat infrequently, as my staff and co-workers handle most of those interactions, either during the night or any of the business hours of the hotel. My position is more managing staff and administration work like reports, emails, and minding the hotel itself. However, I certainly wish my Japanese ability was higher. I'm lucky to be in a position where I can get away with poor Japanese skills, but it is not conducive to being more productive, and for lack of a better word, useful. I'm very lucky to have the job that I have, even let alone with the Japanese ability that I possess. But it is stressful. It's draining, both physically and mentally, because the weight of not being able to communicate effectively is traumatic at times. So my advice is study, learn the language, use the language, and make it pay off for you more than it's paid off for me. So why is my Japanese so poor and I can still work? Skill set and experience, demeanor. I have other skills that trump my Japanese skills. And while I did study Japanese for a year formally here in Fukuoka, Japan, at a Japanese language school, it's my own fault for not trying harder and pushing myself more to increase my Japanese ability. So my advice is not to do that. Study hard, and it will pay off. Next questions. How long did it take you to find a job after arriving in Japan? About 2 months. So I arrived just at the end of September 2023, and my school started early October 2023. And within about 2 months, I had found the hotel that I wanted to work with, applied, was interviewed, and was hired. How well was your Japanese within 3 months? Terrible. How hard is it to find a job? It's very hard. Your skill set, as I said before, could possibly outweigh your Japanese ability, depending on what's required in your role. If you are, let's say, a new graduate, you've just finished university, you're young, you're determined, your Japanese is decent, you can find a job in your given field, but you'd really have to prove yourself that you're more valuable than the native Japanese speaker who also just graduated from a Japanese university, and you're competing against them. Not just because you can speak English will you find a job here. Most likely going to be the opposite in most cases. So to answer the next question, do most people speak English in Japan? No. Are you going to go for N3 this year? That was kind of the plan. I didn't really plan it out fully to dedicate my time to studying and taking the JLPT. If I was to write it right now, I would say no, I don't think I would pass that test. If I studied for 2 or 3 months and really practiced the kanji, because I believe that's where my downfall will probably be, then yes, I do believe I could pass that exam. The December one has already passed. Congratulations to those who did pass, but I will be attempting next year in July. And for those of you who don't know, N3 N3 is the part of the grading system of the Japanese language proficiency test, the JLPT. N3 is about the middle of the road, but the test itself is, or the grading is kind of exponential. If you're N5, which is beginner, I think there's about 80 kanji that you need to know. For the N4, it's about 300 kanji, and N3 is about 650. But the test does get significantly harder because N1 is pretty much fluent. The thing about me is when I started going to school here and studying Japanese, of course, it's fun, it's exciting, it's new, you're meeting people, you're finally in the country now, you've paid your tuition, got your apartment sorted out, so yeah, the energy is up. But for me, as you kind of get settled, my attention span kind of thins out. I'm not a textbook, pen and paper kind of learner. So it's my own fault that my Japanese has not excelled further versus other people who really barrel down and focus and absorb the grammar and kanji. I use apps like I have spoken about on this channel. They are helpful and engaging. I also listen to podcasts and I try to force myself to recognize kanji out in the world. My girlfriend helps a lot too, just in daily speaking and conversation. How can you afford this? I thought Japanese salaries were low. This question might be referring to a few recent videos I posted of showing a different side of my lifestyle here in Japan. I don't own these units. I was only offered to tour and showcase them. Those videos are not sponsored either. The condominium, called a mansion, in Japan was about to go a renovation and be remodeled. So the purpose was to do before and after videos. That video is the before, and I'm in the process of working on the after. My girlfriend and I eventually planned to move in together, and these homes were meant to give us an idea of our future home, and as well as give you options about what might be available for you if you were considering to buy a home here in Japan. Also, because she has a lot of connections and network to be invited to such things. I came across your channel just a few days ago by finding an earlier video about starting language school in Fukuoka and traveling with your bike in a box, and then I see your most recent video, test driving a Bentley. Yes, it is quite a jump, and I did explain that in just my last video. Again, my girlfriend, she knows people. She knows I'm a guy. I like cars, I like Bentleys. We got invited to test drive, and I wanted to show you. I did not buy and I do not own a Bentley. Yet. I've also test driven other great cars like Maserati, Aston Martin, and those videos I haven't posted yet. And I intend to drive more. It's not hard, just set up appointments. If you want to see those videos, they may be out sometime. For now, I still personally ride a bike to commute or take public transportation to get around the city when I'm not with her. So in the future, if I am driving a fancy car and posting pics on Instagram, attending a prestigious gala, showing off something that's more than I can afford, it's because I've been invited through her. She is truly amazing, and I love being able to do these things. Again, coming as a new foreigner into the country with very little to literally living the life in 2 years. How lucky and honored am I? So I hope that answers some of your questions and give you some insight into my perspective and my experiences. I'm so glad to receive all of your questions and you sharing your journeys with me. There are so many of you who are planning to come to Japan, study, and start a life here. So please let me know how that goes. And you know, at the end of the day, it's night. And also at the end of the day, it's why. But also, at the end of the day, I do want to deliver what you want to see. I want to capture what happens in my world and show you as much as I can. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to ask me anything in the comments or on Instagram at McIsaac Vlogs. I reply to everyone. We'll see you in the next one. Arigatou gozaimasu.